Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be going to my father-in-law's man cave and giving his aquarium a makeover. Welcome back to the channel. So like I say, we're going to be giving this a makeover today. I'll move out the way in a second so that you can see it. It's got goldfish in it and fake plants and a background. It's also got quite a lot of algae build-up on the glass, and we've already fitted a new filter probably a couple of months ago now with a UV light in it, so that will sterilise the algae particles that are in the water column. So hopefully once I've cleaned it all out we won't have any more problems with that now. So it's going to go from looking like this to looking like this. So this is the tank as it stands. We're going to be taking everything out, giving it a really good clean, and I've got new hardscape and substrate, plants, everything all ready to go in. So let's crack on. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the tank partially, take the fish out, and then give it a good scrub, and then we'll drain the rest of the water out. Okay, so that's all the fish removed from the tank. I've put them in this big container with some air so that they'll be okay. We've got some comet goldfish, a few shabunkins, and I think there might be black moors goldfish, but they might not be. So yeah, they're all happy in there now. I'm going to close the lid because I have got the oxygen on, and then they won't jump out. So this is where I'm at the moment. I've cleaned it, drained it out, and now I'm literally watching paint dry. Fun times. I didn't think you'd want to watch me paint something. So I'll be back with you once this paint is on and I'm turning it round, getting ready to scape it. That's the tank painted now, so as you can see it's now got a black background. So I'll take you outside and I will show you the hardscape that we've got to go in it. Okay, so this is the hardscape that we've got. Lots of different white and sort of Mars red rocks. So I'll take that in now and I'll have a play around and see what we like. Okay guys, so that's the hardscape in. Okay, so now I'm going to spread some extra sand around, some fresh sand. I'm leaving the old sand in there because that's got loads of bacteria in it, so we don't want to take that out. I'm going to add the new layer of sand, fill in all the gaps, and then we'll get the plants in. This will look a bit messy for now, but once I get the water in, I can get it all into the right areas. So now when I pour this down, it will push the sand into all of the gaps, and that way there can be no build-up of fish waste causing ammonia spikes or algae problems. It just fills in all the holes nicely. If you can see what it's doing there. Now obviously some of this might wear away over time, but you can always just fill it back up. Especially with a goldfish tank, you don't want lots of places for waste to gather because they are very dirty animals. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how that looks. So what I'm going to do now is get the plants in. Now normally I would use my planting tools to put these in so that I could take them stem by stem and make sure that they're in properly, but stupidly, because I'm not at home, I didn't think about the fact that I won't have them here, so I didn't bring them with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push them in here for now, and then I will come back later on in the week and I will use my tools, plant them in properly. There's nothing wrong with planting them like this, it's just not the most efficient way to do it. So this is part of the Anubias family. Now, they are a tropical plant. They will survive in a cold water tank, but they won't thrive. So that's okay. Don't mind that. So I'm just going to take this up. They are what they call an epiphyte plant. Epiphyte. So they don't actually need to be in any kind of substrate. They just need to be in the aquarium. Basically, that means that they feed from the water column. So you don't need to plant the roots. You just have to, usually at home I would have attached it with some super glue. Not at home, don't have any super glue, so this will have to do. I can do that when I come back later on in the week. Now we've got another type of Anubias here. As you can see, if you can see, this one's actually got a cute little flower on it. I don't know how long that'll survive with the goldfish, but we can try. So what I'm going to do is, where shall I put this one? I might put this one a bit further in the foreground. So again, this is an epiphyte plant. Epiphyte, I don't know. So it doesn't need to be planted, it just needs to be in the tank. You want to remove as much of this wall stuff as you can. And last but not least, I've got a couple of groups of Java Fern. Again, they do not need to be planted. You can just pop them in the aquarium. I'm not going to remove that just yet. I'm going to wait until I come back in the week with my tools. So for now, they can just go in behind a rock, like so. Where shall I put this one? I'll put this one right at the back. That in there, just to be sure. With everything in, you know what time it is.
Fill it up. Fill it up, please.
So there we have it, guys. That is the completed scape of my in-laws tank. I think it looks quite good. Still a little bit cloudy, although you can't really tell on the video. They haven't uprooted any plants yesterday. Since yesterday. This is the next day now because it was too cloudy last night to get any good footage. This tank is overstocked. We know, don't need to moan. It's just that if any fish in here get too big, when they do get too big, they then get moved into our pond. So don't panic, there's enough filtration on here to filter a pond, so there's no worries there. They've been in this tank together for a long time. When they get too big, they go in the pond and so on. So there's nothing to worry about with regards to filtration. All of the plants that I chose to go in here are goldfish safe. Nothing's goldfish safe, but they're the least likely to be eaten. And these ones over here, and this one here, which is the same as that one. I can't remember the name of them. Is it Elodia something? I might be making that up completely. The goldfish will more than likely eat those, but they grow quickly, so they should be fine. A couple of updates from the summer house. So the shrimp that we put as an experiment in the 4-foot, most of them were dead by the next morning, but there's about 10 of them that are still going strong. So that's a week later now. They're even shedding, so I suppose that's a good sign. But yeah, they're looking good. They're still swimming around the tank. Another bit of good news, so the fry that I put in the original aquarium that I thought had been eaten hasn't. It's quite big now. That is a goldfish fry. He's living quite happily now amongst the plants, and when he gets a bit bigger I'm sure he'll venture out more. When he gets big enough I'll put him in the pond, but it's too small at the minute and the other fish will eat him. Bit of sad news, so the other fry that were in the 4-foot tank, I'd managed to save about 10 of them, and they were doing really well. They were getting quite big actually, and we determined that they were some kind of neon, maybe a green neon tetra, something like that. And I put the rummy nose tetras in there. I also went to the fish shop and added another 10, so there was 15. And sadly, the numbers dwindled from 10 to 8 to 6. And then yesterday when I went in there was none. So they've all been eaten, which is sad, because I raised them from a tiny egg. And now they're dead. They were free fish anyway, so I can't really get too sad about them. It is sad. This week I have been and picked up a monster aquarium, 585 litre aquarium, which is going to be a project for me to do up. So I'd imagine I might do the restoration of it in next week's video, but I won't be scaping it or anything for a couple of weeks yet. If you're interested in that, because it is going to be a good one, don't forget to subscribe and join the family. If you've liked what you've seen today, drop a like on the video and leave me a comment and ask away for anything that you'd like to know. My father-in-law is really happy with this tank. He loves it. I'm happy with it. I prefer it to the plastic plants and the tacky background. Join me next week. We'll be back in the summer house and renovating the monster aquarium. Bye!